My name is Leal, and this speech is rated R for language, and according to some, is not suitable for anyone under 17 years of age to hear. I used to manage a Blockbuster store when that was still the best place to rent movies. I became known among my customers for having seen more movies than was sane and from being able to tell a parent quickly whether they would or would not want their kids to see a film. I began to see real inconsistencies in the way that movies were rated. An important illustration of this problem may be seen in the way that the MPAA judges language compared to violence. By the end of this discussion, it is my hope that you see the problem with the existing movie rating system and consider the alternative found in the common sense media rating system. Officially, the MPAA claims that it is not a censorship organization. They do not ban movies or dictate changes. Instead, they provide ratings designed to prevent movies from negatively influencing kids. The board that decides on the ratings keeps its criteria and its membership secret. They do not publish any more information than their rating than what is on the ratings bar. These ratings are enforced by the National Organization of Theater Owners, which own nearly every theater in the country. Likewise, the major studios only release their big movies to members of this organization. This symbiotic relationship means that the MPAA controls what movies the public sees. One of the most important criteria judged is the depiction of violence in a movie, but it is also one that the MPAA has been inconsistent on. When Steven Spielberg submitted Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom for review, it featured a cult leader ripping the still beating heart out of a victim's chest, yet the MPAA mysteriously gave it PG. There was so much outcry at the rating that they actually created a new rating, PG-13, which technically means that no one under 13 should see the movie. Functionally, this has resulted in PG-13 movies that are more gory and violent than the R-rated movies of the 80s. The MPAA has been lenient in regards to violence, especially if the movie is from a major studio or an influential director. Unfortunately, this leniency does not extend towards documentaries that address bullying. When the Weinstein Company presented the movie Bully for rating, they probably did not expect to receive an R. The movie is an unflinching look at our schools today and illustrates the dangers of bullying in our schools in order to educate parents and children. There is no nudity or sex in the movie. There is no real violence in the movie. But the movie does capture a kid threatening another by saying, "I will fucking end you," and shove a broomstick up your ass. And there's the magic word. The MPAA believes that the word fuck is more dangerous than any other thing that our movies might expose kids to. It is one of the few criteria that they have admitted to. A movie may use the word once in a PG-13 movie as long as it does not actually refer to sex. Any more uses of the word results in an R. The MPAA feels it necessary to shield kids from hearing a word used by a kid to another kid. By the time a kid is 13, they know that word. On the other hand, most 13-year-olds have not seen a man have his heart ripped out by a thuggy cultist. Meanwhile, in the same year, the ratings board gave the smash hit The Hunger Games, a film which features 22 children murdered, a PG-13 rating. The James Bond movie Skyfall featured sexual situations and graphic violence, given a PG-13. The Dark Knight Rises features a massive brawl in which people are shot and brutalized, graphic scenes of torture, and still the MPAA saw fit to rate it PG-13. Apparently, the MPAA does not believe that kids dress up and play like Batman or something. Now, Bully is not an exciting movie, and it doesn't play like an adventure. It is an introspective look at a real societal problem. It is unlikely that any kid is going to come out of that movie transformed into a bully or suddenly cursing a blue streak. Rather, they may come out of it moved to stand up for one another or to speak out against violence. Personally, I think that every kid should see Bully, but the MPAA rating means that very few did. On the other hand, it is entirely plausible for kids to come out of The Dark Knight Rises in Bane and Batman masks and recreate the scene where Batman's back is broken. All in good, clean fun, of course. The MPAA places too much importance on linguistic vulgarity and is not concerned enough with the effects of violence. Violence is considered entertainment unless there are excessive levels of blood. I feel this creates a false reality in which violence is sanitized and without consequence, while language is treated as if it was somehow more damaging. Movies impart to our kids societal values and help form our opinions. The MPAA was right to try and create a system to help parents judge what movies their kids should see, but for the sake of secrecy have failed to educate and inform parents of what elements are in a movie, so that good judgments could be made. For parents and other moviegoers, there is at least one alternative to the rating system. The Common Sense Media Rating System is significantly more detailed and informs parents of specific elements of a movie, including violence, sex, language, consumerism, drinking, drugs, smoking, as well as if there are any positive messages or role models which might affect one's view of a movie's content. This alternative rating system has been adopted by Netflix as well as several cable and satellite TV companies. In the case of Bully, a more detailed rating than rated R for language might have encouraged parents to take their kids to see the movie rather than avoid it. Until the MPAA opens up about the details of the ratings and what criteria they judge, this alternative may be the best for consumers. Thank you for your time.